Okay, so at this point you have a lot of your calendar done. You should have the days of the weekend. You should accurately have the numbers that correlate with the days of the month in. You might have merged a couple cells together. Now, how do we make this calendar look a little fancier, a little more special? What I've been asking you to do is make some special illustrations using the program Illustrator that then we can copy into it. So let's take a little Illustrator review. So I'm going to open up Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to File, New. 11 by 8.5 is fine. And I'm going to make a 4-leaf clover because, as I mentioned before, my month is March. So there are lots of ways that I could do this, but I want to think about using my shape tool. I'm going to come up here and grab my shape tool, and I'm going to make an ellipse and rotate it using my selection tool. I can change the fill and the stroke. I can copy by pressing Alt. And this is what I'm going to make for one of the leaves. Actually, I might make it a little bit thicker, and in order to do that, I'm going to use my direct selection tool and move these anchor points out just a little. I'm going to delete this one, copy this one, and now let's rotate them back again. Okay. This is what I'm going to use for the leaves of my 4-leaf clover, but I don't want this middle line in here, and I want these to be just one whole shape. So what I can do is put a bounding box around both of them. I know that they're selected because this box encloses both of them. And I'm going to come over here to my Shape Builder tool. I'm going to click and drag all of these areas, and the Shape Builder will connect them together. Then what I can do is I can rotate them a little bit, and I'm going to copy it holding down Alt and rotate these around. Like this. The last thing I want to do is, I might spread these out just a little bit more. The last thing I want to do is add a stem. So I'm going to go into my ellipse tool. But I want the stem to not look so straight. I want it to look a little curved. So I can take my direct selection tool again. And with my direct selection tool, I can move my anchor points, and I'm going to take my selection tool, I'm going to right click and arrange and send this to back. And there we have a 4-leaf clover, or my version of a 4-leaf clover. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bounding box around everything. I'm going to go to Object, Group, to group these together. So now anytime I click, all of these are together. I can go Edit, Copy, or I can press Command C on the keyboard, go over to InDesign, Edit, Paste, or Command V, and now I have my 4-leaf clover. Now what happened is I copied it into my text, and that's why it sort of messed with my calendar. So I'm going to Command Z to undo that, and this time I'm going to grab my selection tool and see what happens when I copy it this time. Okay, this time it's over top of my text, which is what I want. I can hold down Shift and resize this. I can even rotate it. And now I have my 4-leaf clover in my calendar. And I can see these blue lines here. You might be thinking, Why does it have these blue lines? Well, that's InDesign's way of laying things out. It's InDesign's way of showing you that something's there. And remember, we're in normal view. If I go to preview by just pressing W, I can see what it's going to look like when I print my calendar. And there we go. Good luck, have fun, and I can't wait to see these when they're finished.